Hello there, my Hillbilly Nation. Hillbilly King here. Now, I'm gonna go give you my take on tonight's United States presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Now, I watched the presidential debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. My opinions on Kamala Harris has not changed. She told, some people say that she might have won the debate. Shit. The people that's not in the right mind, maybe. People that would actually vote for her, she may have won. People that would actually vote for her, she is an evil woman. She was the vice president of an evil man, an idiot moron, old man, crusty old pervert with dementia. He was the one that trained her to be that way. She's Joe Biden. She is Joe Biden's equal idiot moron. She is just like Joe Biden. She is nothing more than a puppet, a marionette puppet on strings. The things that she said during tonight's presidential debate were 98% lies to cover for herself. The two people that were doing the debate, asking the questions, they were on her side 100%. What Donald Trump spoke was pure truth. As true as it is, as true as the sky is blue. What things that Donald Trump said. Now, they had these questions in the presidential debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. They had these questions, they said, about immigration. It's true. Now, what Kamala Harris and Joe Biden is living in this country are murderers, rapists, pedos, serial killers, bloodthirsty gang members like from Venezuela. The other day, it's been maybe a week ago, in Colorado, I think it was Denver, Colorado, but some of the people that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris led into this country, they were violent, bloodthirsty, gun-toting Venezuelan gang members. They went to an apartment building in Denver, Colorado, packing assault rifles. They marched up the people, American citizens' apartments. They banged on their doors until them American citizen people came to the doors and opened them. And they would stand there putting their assault rifles barrels towards the bodies of these American people, these American tax-paying men and women that lived in apartments. They would threaten their lives. If they complied, they would make them leave their own apartment, throw out their things, run these American people out of their own apartment houses. And they would just move in. They did this to dozens of people's apartments in that building. They would run into their apartments, wait till they come to the door, and threaten them with assault rifles. To make them leave their own apartments, kick them out of the building, and take over the apartment building, making those people homeless so they could move in. That is because of Joe Biden's incompetence, idiocy, and stupidity, letting those kind of people in this country. And Kamala had her share. Kamala had her share of it to be responsible for. Now, Trump says that if he gets back in office, which I hope he does, because if he don't, this country is done. It's ruined. This country will be gone because if that woman gets in there, this country will belong to Mexico and Venezuela. It won't be the United States of America anymore. It'll be the United States of Mexico and Venezuela. If that bitch actually gets elected, that bitch, Kamala Harris, this country is done. And I got to live here. If she gets elected, this country is done. This country will belong to Mexico. Venezuelan bloodthirsty gang members will be running wild. Illegal aliens will be running wild. Doing the same thing that happened in Denver, Colorado. This country would have no choice. This country's military would have no choice but to call for martial law to get those people out of this country. So they would try their best to take it away from us. They would try their best to take the country away from us. Good, respectful, born and raised United States of American people. They will do their best to take it away if that woman gets elected. That is what will happen. It's scary to think about. It is. It's scary to think about. But they come to a small town like my home, as in Kentucky, or any other small town in Kentucky. We are 100%. We're all. I'm not just one. All of us here in Kentucky, the smaller states, Kentucky, Tennessee, the southern states, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. We're all 100% pure. We're all 100% pure. Born and raised American redneck hillbillies. If they tried to pull that shit here, they would. If them Venezuelan bloodthirsty gang members tried to pull that bullshit here, they would instantly regret it because we would shoot back. All of us in the southern states, we go by the right to bear arms. We carry a lot of guns. Them little bloodthirsty gang members would flee back to their country at the sight of us. But we don't take that shit. We're true red-blooded American men and women, born and raised. They wouldn't try that shit here, because they would highly regret it. Now, that is what happened. That is what will happen if Kamala Harris and Tim Wall gets elected. This country will be the standing ground of a new civil war. Hamas, if that woman got in office, there will be in this country another civil war. And the war going on in Israel between the Israelites, Palestinians, and the terror groups, Hamas and Hezbollah. If Kamala Harris gets elected in this country, then Hezbollah, the two terrorist groups, Hezbollah and Hamas, will win the war in Israel. If Kamala Harris and Tim Walz gets elected, Russia will win the war in Ukraine. And what would that mean for Europe? What would that mean for northern, Middle Eastern Europe and Southern Europe? Russia will own Europe. They will take it. That'll be the next target for Vladimir Putin. He will take over Europe. And the entirety of the continent of Europe will be a dictatorship if Kamala Harris gets elected. It's scary to think about. This country, United States of America, will be taken over by illegal aliens, Venezuelan bloodthirsty gang members, gun-toting bloodthirsty gang members. Hamas and Hezbollah will win the war in Israel, and they will take over the land of God. And Vladimir Putin will win the war in Ukraine, take over Ukraine, and probably half of Europe will become a dictatorship under his rule. So if Kamala Harris wins, he won't just affect this country seriously. They will affect Russia, Ukraine, 98% of Europe, and it will affect the whole of Israel. Israel will become a terror drone. It'd be like a horror movie. For everything involved, every place involved. It will be like a horror movie. If Kamala Harris gets elected. If Trump gets elected. Like he said, Trump, Vladimir sees the other world leaders. Even the most evil of the other world leaders. Vladimir Putin, he highly respects Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump knows how to negotiate. Trump knows how to use his silver tongue to stop the people, the other world leaders. He knows how to calm them down. He knows how to negotiate. Kamala did not. Now, like I said, Trump can probably stop the war in Ukraine because Vladimir Putin, you'd think one of the most evil people. He highly respects Donald J. Trump. He has an ounce of respect for Kamala Harris. He would just as soon spit on her. President Xi of China, he highly respects Donald Trump. He does not Kamala. Kamala couldn't stop anyone. The dictator of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, he's an evil man. He is an evil man. All three of these people are evil to the core. But they highly respect Donald J. Trump. He can do things. He can negotiate with them using his silver tongue to stop anything that they have plans for. They do not respect Kamala Harris. They would just as soon spit on her and look at her. She cannot stop any of this. Donald Trump, he will try his best to protect this country, to protect Europe, to protect Russia, Ukraine, and most importantly, to protect Israel. Kamala will not. She would fail miserably at negotiations. Trump would not, because they highly respect, as evil a men as they are, they highly respect Donald J. Trump. Like I said, if Kamala wins in November, this country will be sorely affected. It will be taken over by Venezuelan bloodthirsty gangs, China, and South America will rule this country. What happened in Denver, Colorado would just be the beginning of another American Civil War. It would be like happened to win. America happened to win the Revolutionary War all over again. Kamala wins, Vladimir Putin will take over Ukraine, and most of Europe will be affected heavily. If Kamala wins, the war in Israel between the Israelites, Palestinians, against Hamas and Hezbollah will come to an end. But who will win that war? The terrorists. It will be a Armageddon in Israel. It will become a terror drone. That is what will happen if Kamala wins. You can call Donald J. Trump what you want to call him. You can believe what you want to believe about Donald J. Trump. But if he does not get back in the White House, all that I just said will happen, and the world will suffer. Europe will suffer greatly because they'll be going through another Russian-ruled Soviet Union again. If Kamala wins, this country will become taken over by illegal aliens, China, and Venezuela. There will be another Revolutionary War type civil war in this country because of it. Israel will be taken over by Hamas and Hezbollah because they have hundreds of billions of dollars to do it. It'll become a new terror drone. That will happen if Kamala wins. So, vote. If you're a registered voter, vote. Please, God, vote Donald J. Trump to the win. For the win. Because if he don't win, if he don't get put back in that White House, a new civil war will come for this country. A new Revolutionary War type civil war will come for this country. Hezbollah and Hamas will win the war in Israel. It'll be bad for Israel, bad for Palestinians. And Europe will have to face another wrath of Vladimir Putin. They will have to face another Soviet Union. If Kamala Harris wins, that will happen. So please, in the name of God, vote, gentlemen. So please, in the name of God, vote. And hope to God that Donald J. Trump gets reelected. Or it will come to that. Watch and see. Bye for now. Like and subscribe.